Hey, what's up, y'all, man? It's Vick Fuller here with the first episode of my podcast, Stand On It. First and foremost, I'm going to thank God, thank Him for allowing me to be here and allowing me to be able to have the opportunities to show my talents in the world, such as basketball, cooking, or art, or really just anything that I'm good at, but also give me opportunity to use my voice also now. And hopefully we can help try to change the world or help each other, like whichever way comes first. I just want to help out and also start something, start conversations, and get us talking more, better communication about the things we supposed to be talking about. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be on here having fun for sure. We're gonna talk our shit, you feel me? But I want I just want us all we all in this together. You know what I'm saying? Even though we all got our separate journeys and our separate lives and purposes in the world and different levels of life that we want to live and different levels of life that we at personally in general, but there's no reason why we all can't win with each other or together. You know what I'm saying? I just want this podcast to help me be more tuned in to the world, more opening up, and just get me heard. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been quiet, always held in a lot of emotion and a lot of things that's important to be talking about. And I've been seeing other people in their lives do the same, and I always like would try like give advice, or I always feel a type of way like just open up or say something. But I remember that it's also hard for me and it's also hard for others. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully this can help me open up more, talk more, get people that know me to understand me better, people who don't know me to understand me. Shit, help me understand a lot about myself better by listening to some of y'all opinions. If y'all make any reply videos, which is also available, you guys can text me, call me, all that if you need to, whatever response or questions you guys have and what I talk about. But today I wanted to talk about for the first topic is mental health. And that's a real big topic in my eyes just because it's something that I can't or I never been able to open up about freely. I kind of either forced it or felt like it was needed to be said and it was said at the wrong time, or I just held it all in. And I think a lot of people also deal with not opening up the way they supposed to. And also why it's a topic I decided to talk about first was because it is relevant right now. First, I don't say RP and long live Sosa, long live Mark. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know Mark or Sosa like personally. Like we been with each other every day type of timing. But the interactions with Sosa on the court in basketball, like we all like believed in Lil Bro. Like he had some big things coming for him. And it's just unfortunate and sad like to lose anybody young, especially over something personal like mental health or things you're going through that you're not talking about. And I feel like if the world was different and we interacted with each other different, communicated different, and reacted differently to when somebody is opening up, maybe this shit wouldn't happen. You feel me? And also, I'm gonna start off and I say I'm trying to open up. I'm gonna start off first by saying this topic hit home because I've tried more times than I can count on my finger to take my own life due to mental problems and mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad was a paranoid schizophrenic and bipolar. And growing up, I didn't understand why I was the type of kid that I was. I thought I was just bad or angry or mad for nothing. I didn't know why my mind was the way it was. I thought everybody seen shit that wasn't there or had these different thoughts daily playing in their head. I thought that's just the human brain. I thought that was just something that I didn't know it was because of a lot of the genes that was trickled down to me. I didn't know why my mood went from happy to sad repeatedly throughout the day. Like I used to tell people like they really lucky I picked up a basketball because what goes on in my mind every day is not normal or healthy. It's something I can't control though. Now if I decided to take medicine and pills, yeah, but I would be a zombie. I wouldn't be me. I would be that pill. I would be the medication. I don't want to be a med. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to be a science rat. I don't want to be a what's that shit called when they use you for experience? I don't know, a lab rat. Like, you're not gonna put a drug in me to control who I am. I wanted me and God to control this body, control my mind. And I thought I would be able to be different and get a hold of it. You know what I'm saying? Learn to control it. And I did for the most part after I started to grow up more. But before I got to the parts that I know now, I had to deal with the consequences of how I acted. But it all trickles down back to like not being able to open up. I couldn't open up or talk to nobody about this type of time and because how are you gonna feel what I feel unless you're also a schizophrenic, unless you also bipolar, or your parents also deal with this, that, and the third. But I didn't grow up with my daddy, so I didn't deal with his stuff. Only a couple times, like the interactions and memories that we do have, yes, it's noticeable when you can tell. When you're older and you know what it is. But when you're younger, you just think you got a weird parent. You just think the parent different, and you start to treat him and deal with that parent based off of your misunderstanding of why they are that way. Now, that's no excuse for nobody or anything. Mental illness and all that stuff really is not an excuse, but it's an explanation. Everything has an explanation. Everything has a reason behind it. Whether it matters or not, everything happens for a reason. Everybody is the way they are because of something. And a lot of things and a lot of mistakes people have made based on the stuff that they was going through, I feel like most definitely could have been prevented if we knew how to listen better. And we knew how to approach mental health and mental illness way better than what we do. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell somebody all the time, yeah, I understand. No, you don't. You feel me? Like, how can you truly understand? Like, how can you truly say you understand what I'm going through if you have never dealt with it? If you have never been in my body and felt it? So how can you truly help me? And my opinion on how we can truly help each other when somebody is saying, like, needs to open up or vent, is to not put yourself in their vent. Like, don't tell them, oh yeah, I understand because yeah, I had this go on and that go on. I fuck up with that a couple times before, even if it is relevant, even if it do match. But I'm learning the same way. I'm telling y'all, like, we need to shut the fuck up. We just need to listen. When somebody is venting, they not looking for you to give advice. Now, if they ask you, now, am I wrong? Am I da-da-da? Find a better way. We got to find better ways to, show people that if we have been through the same or something, like, we need to show people a better way on how to help. I don't know how to help them without making it personal about yourself in a way. I don't know. I just know I heard that a lot from people. I don't know if y'all have too, like, someone say, like, it's not about you. It's not about, like, type shit. You feel me? Like, I don't know. I just, truthfully, if I'm right now with what I'm going through and what I go through daily, I don't want you to tell me you hear. Or I don't want you to tell me you understand. I want you to tell me no matter what it is that you're going through, tell me that, like, make sure you make it known, like, you don't understand what I'm going through 100%. Because your pain is your pain. But whatever it is you are going through, I'm going to be here still. I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to turn my back on you. That's it. Like, because a lot of people, when I tell them, like, I can't talk right now, I don't want to talk. Like, I got some shit going on in my head. Like, I just need to get right mentally. This is, like, when people hear that, they think of the regular shit niggas be saying, or people be saying, like, oh, I'm just been to myself trying to get my mind right. Now, this ain't one of those excuses to not talk to you. I'm being dead ass serious. Truthfully, when I have conversations with anybody on a day-to-day basis, I am forcing that energy to have a conversation with you. Because I don't want to talk at all. My mind be too clouded, and sometimes I have to talk to distract my mind and feel normal. But truthfully, I never had the energy to conversate or interact or be social. I never do. I have to, though. Sadly, I can't just, with my career or what I want to do with the world, I can't just stay to myself regardless. But when I say that I'm going through something, don't act as if or take that as our energy or vibe with each other or the relationship or friendship is over with or it's different. It's not, man. Just because I can't talk to you does not mean I don't fuck with you, I don't care about you. It's just some shit. My misery never needed company. I truly would isolate completely so I would not hurt y'all. I don't want to put my stuff on y'all, then y'all react to me, and then I'm going to feel bad about it. Then I'm going to start feeling bad towards myself again, like I already do. And then there's going to be a whole bunch of different emotions. Like I'm saying, it's so much different levels of things, of how this shit trickles down and how much pain. And I don't know, bro. It's just some shit you can't put in words. But I'd rather hear you tell me you ain't never gonna turn your back on me or leave me because I'm going through something, than you either tell me you understand what I'm going through. If someone vents to you, just tell them you're like. If someone says they're going through something, if somebody venting to you, shut your ass up and be an ear. And actually comprehend though. If you're gonna be an ear, comprehend. Don't just be an ear for them to vent. And you not remember nothing, like you ain't listening. You just letting them talk to you. Listen, understand, and learn something from that person. Give advice when it's needed and when it's asked for. Now, depending on the situation, if somebody is venting about something that just happened, you know what I'm saying, like, and they in the wrong, still shut the fuck up. Talk to them after they're done venting. Talk to them because they're not going to hear that they're wrong in that situation. And I mean, like, not wrong as a whole, like, while they're venting, like, let's say I just got done I'm dealing with some stuff with my bipolarness or schizophrenia shit, but I lashed out on somebody and beat them up. I'm venting to you about the situation. Listen to me. And then afterwards, you can let me know. Well, some people are different, but with me, you can let me know, hey, you still shouldn't have beat them up. If someone is a man and mature enough, they'll listen. But depending on, like, it just said, I don't know, it just depends on the conversation and when you just need to not say nothing and just listen. And especially it has something to do with a mental illness, though, or something someone's going through, man. We think we got the answers, but we don't even have the answers for ourselves. And that's why I don't like when people really give too much advice to me, because are you doing this shit? You feel me? That's why sometimes, like, I don't give that much advice. Right now, I'm not here to give so much as advice on things that I know I need work on, but I feel like I'm like, with the advice that I'm gonna give is something that I'm actually trying to listen to too. It's for everybody. It's for myself too. It's not just, oh, I'm telling you this and I'm doing it perfect. I ain't doing this shit perfect. I need to work on my anger management. I need to work on listening. I need to work on opening up. I need to work on not shutting down so much, or I need to work on not isolating. But like the one, like us that go through, like, really we all go through this shit. We need isolation. I just gotta have a better way of communicating, because I'll isolate and just leave y'all to dry. But I also don't feel like no one really needs to explain themselves when they isolate. They don't really need to explain why, get in detail why. If someone needs to isolate and they say they need to isolate, I promise you, they need to isolate. It's for your well-being, their well-being, the world's well-being. They need to isolate. The mind ain't something to play with, man. The mind is dangerous as fuck. You feel me? But the mind ain't something you supposed to joke around with, gang. At all. We had a better understanding and a better comprehension when it comes to the mental health and all that stuff. I feel like the world would be better with it, and we'd know how to deal with it better. And also the ones that's going through it, we'd know how to talk about it better. I feel like we don't really know how to talk about it, Because how do we trust anybody to talk about it? Like in relationships, and that I thought relationships for sure is like the number one, relationships and to your parents. And it's crazy how the ones you love most, or the ones you feel like you got the most love for, is the ones you really will go to last. And not everybody is like that. Some people household, if y'all got that relationship, y'all blessed. Like that's wonderful. That's beautiful. But not everybody grew up like that to where we felt the freedom to be able to tell you, Ma, I want to kill myself today. Or Ma, my mind just not right, man. Like I'm not trying to have an attitude with you. I'm just like I'm dealing with shit because we parents be real. Y'all don't really think kids go through stuff, or y'all just kids what y'all gotta deal with. I ain't gonna lie, I dealt with more shit as a child than I dealt with as an adult, especially mentally. My everyday schedule, I ain't just have to think about toys. Toys ain't at school, ain't on the way to school. How do you know? How do you know the way you're talking to me or yelling at me is making me feel mentally? How do you know the things you say to me is not changing how I see myself or changing how I feel like people should talk to me? And I grow up and I'm gonna allow this same shit to happen. And I'm gonna just deal with it and take it because I just dealt with it and took it when it was you. How can I open up to you? Like I feel like parents, and I know I'm a parent now. Like the situation isn't ideal, and it should be better, can be better, and I'm praying that it will get better, and I'm gonna work on it till it will be better for sure. So we ain't gonna talk too much on it. But when Zaire gets older, when we can have these conversations, I'm gonna learn from the same shit that I'm about to say now. Like I wished my mother, she was showed more, I say, softer feelings or reactions for when I was feeling down and bad. Like I wish she would have sat down and really, like the way she came off and communicated was I felt caring first, not angry and then get fearful. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't mean to look mad every day. I'm sorry, that was my face. But you don't want what was going on in my mind. And I wanted to be happy, boy. Like I wanted to have friends. Like I wanted to be social. I didn't like that I was so anti and introverted. I didn't. But I started to embrace it and use it more as a, shield from bullshit. Shit, as long as I stay to myself, look mad, don't talk, anybody gonna fuck with me. And that was true for the most part. But people see that as a challenge too. This nigga think he tough. Nah, my nigga. It's in my own world. You should stay in yours. And you also don't understand that in the 5 minutes of us talking, I've pictured 3 movies of me either killing you or you killing me or we all in this bitch dying. And I have no idea why. And that's not no joke. I'm not just saying it like it's some shit I don't even understand, you know what I'm saying? But it's things that goes on in a lot of people's minds that we will never be able to understand and we don't want to. You might not want to. We need to stop trying to find the answers for everybody. And we need to stop trying to give answers to everything somebody got going through. It's, oh, you're going through this because of that, or this and that because of that, da-da-da. You can't tell somebody they're going through something mentally because of shit if you don't got their mind. You don't know where that shit came from, where it originated from. Depending on the situation. Like I said, some situations can sometimes be black and white, that easy to point out. Not everyone. Majority, nah. And what's fucked up is we think that we had the answers for the shit somebody was going through mentally because a person that was going through it did not open their mouth. If we would open our mouth, nobody would be confused. But when we open our mouth, people look confused and they take it wrong. So people shut up. That's a problem, y'all. We need to find a way. Y'all can give me different y'all can give me different pointers of advice, ideas on what you feel like we can do as a world to make it better. But I really feel like it's something like it's something that ain't impossible. But why can't we do it even if it was impossible? Why can't we make it a reality? Shit, I don't take not no I've never took no medicine. I've made something that probably is not recommended possible. Fuck all the thing. I could have had it way worse. I could have done way worse, and really, truthfully, my symptoms could be way worse, but they not, and I'm blessed, truly blessed, because I've seen and talked to and had conversations with people who have it bad. I've been in Woodward Academy with some kids who had shit bad, and when you around chaos, it's either you join chaos or you find a way to stand from it. And I hid a lot of shit that I was going through to help others. I feel like that was a way to help myself. Also a way to distract myself. That was, once I was young, that ain't healthy, but that's what I chose to do. I chose to help other people in what they was going through. And I feel like through helping them, it would help me with what I'm going through. It would help me have empathy. It would help me have sympathy. It would help me show mercy or grace. I actually be a listener, give people the benefit of the doubt, and think different. And it did. I feel like helping a lot of those kids or talking to a lot of other kids, with their charges and dealing with stuff the same way I was, helped me as a man. It built me. You know what I'm saying? I put myself in their shoes. I put myself in their pain, and that's hard. That's a hard thing to do, putting everybody's shit on your shoulders. But as a leader, I feel like that's what I had to do, and it helped. Yeah, it wasn't perfect though. It got. I was young, so it did get tiring. It did get overwhelming. It did get kind of heavy on me, and I did almost lose it all. I lashed out and tried to give up. Thank God for the people there that didn't let me give up. You know what I'm saying? But holding a lot of stuff in helped me, just because since I already felt alone, dealing with it alone made me feel better. Because it made me know that, it helped me know that I'm strong enough. I didn't really care to have nobody cry for me or feel sorry for me. I'd be the villain. I take that. Say a way for us to help people that's dealing with stuff mentally, I say is just fine. If you're gonna give advice, give ways for them to cope with it. I say you can't really take the pain away. You can't take the mental illness away. You can't really do nothing but help distract your mind from it. That's it. And I ain't necessarily saying ignore it. Distraction don't mean ignore it, but you have to move on. You got to move forward. You got to keep going. And I've never ignored the problems that I have, but in order for me to move forward throughout the day, I can't sit there and feel bad for myself and think about it 24/7. I know it's there. You know what I'm saying? I know why I'm thinking how I'm thinking now. I know why I see what I see at different times. You know what I'm saying? So it's no point to focus on it every day. And when you start to feel that pain and that effect from it, you don't got none of us have time to sit there and feel hurt or be sitting there in pain and shit like that. You can channel that. It's a ways to channel the pain of things you're going through. It's ways to channel it, and some shit is more heavier than others, for sure. Like I said, I just have the genes of trickle down shit, so I'm not gonna act like this shit is just so easy, especially for the ones that's born with the full effect of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to talk it as if this is the pure right way, but I paint, I draw, I'm an athlete. I play sports, play basketball, play football. That was my baby. People don't even know, like football, that was the main thing. I'm really hurt that I can't play that ever again. But track, baseball, I done play soccer, like everything that helped me like put my emotions in it and I have no consequence. And also through those sports you have discipline. And I feel like the discipline from coaches when I have my problems is way better than discipline from life. Cause life ain't playing with you. Life ain't making you run suicides and you good. Life gonna make you do 25 to life. Life gonna make you do this, that, and the third. Life gonna fire you. Life gonna evict you. Life gonna kick you out. Life gonna burn that bridge from you. You know what I'm saying? All a coach gonna do is probably kick you off the team. But coaches, they got hearts. They gonna bring you back if you good enough with one of them players or you get right. They give you, bottom line, they give you second chances. Life don't always give you a second chance. I've been blessed though. The grace of God, I have more than just a second chance. Really, family, a lot of people should have been left my side based on times I've reacted the way I did to them, in my opinion. That's why I never really got mad at really people that left when I was going through something and I decided not to talk to them or open up about it. Like, I understand why you left. I understand why you was mad. I understand why you didn't understand. I understand. Because the world don't understand. We don't. So I understand. I don't ever get mad. I feel some type of way for sure. And it gets added on to the pain that I'm already feeling with the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know how this shit go. So I'm trying to explain this stuff the best way I can, y'all, man. But give people pointers on how to cope and how to distract themselves, man. Whatever your talent is, whatever your passion is, fight with that. I promise, like, just go with that and keep working on that. Because the more you work on that, you start to see how strong you are. You start to see what levels you can reach with different things. Like, okay, I know now that when I put my mind to it and I work hard enough, I can complete shit. And that can help you in a whole lot of in shit other than just your mental health. That help you in how your insecurities or your confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that stuff though trickles down under your mind, your mental, because it all comes down to how if your mind is this way, you can't live that way. You're not gonna be able to do shit like that. If you don't look at yourself as a good person, how are you gonna be able to take someone telling you a good person? How are you gonna act like a good person if you don't even feel, if you every day you're not a good person, you're gonna end up being a bad person. I know, because that's me. I used to have problems with not knowing if I was supposed to be a good dude, bad dude, like these niggas from my hood, an athlete, a church boy. Like, I didn't know who, just because of all the things that was around me and the way I looked at myself mentally and the things that I was going through. The good shit never attracted me, because quite frankly, the bad shit was on my mind way more consistently. Whether it was me doing the bad or other people doing the bad, like, it just was bad movies, horror movies. I grew up with horror movies in my mind, man. And then it ain't making no better with how life was going and how we grew up. So it's like, it's a lot of different ways, a lot of different things that made me feel like I wasn't supposed to be a good person. But I was confused because I had a big heart. And even after I would do something, I would, like, for some reason, jump to, now I'm feeling bad, like nigga had different personalities, which I do. But it's not, it ain't like that movie Split, where it's this, that nigga, hey, I'm Gerald today. Like, nah. But my mood just swung a lot, and I can't feel love. And I don't think I've explained that to a lot of people I was in a relationship with, for sure. Like, no matter what you really do, you just have to show me it. That's why physical touch is like my main love language, because I have to feel you. I have to feel how you feel through you touching me. Actually, sometimes through reassurance too. But in order for me to know you fuck with me 100%, this way I fuck with you, you have to put that shit in action the way I'm trying to put it in action. Because I can't necessarily explain my feelings that well. I try to, but I've been given different reasons why I should never in life do that shit ever again. I really don't even want to feel love again, but I'm trying like to not let my mental get that way based on how somebody treated me. But and also based on how I treated others, because I wasn't perfect. I'm not a victim of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in both shoes. I've done the wrong and I've had the wrong done to me. And that's kind of why I don't really judge too many people, because I've had a foot in each door. So it's like, how can we really point fingers at everybody if we know we've all done some shit? And I know if a lot of shit that I've done was, had like my mental health for things like was a big factor, I have to think about that with other people. I can't be a hypocrite, because I want somebody to think that way with me. I don't want it to be no excuse, but I want somebody to at least think like, what if he was going through something? So that is why I dealt with a lot of toxic relationships. But like, oh, this person might have been through something. This is why they acting the way they acting. This is why they can't control this, that, and the third. This, blah, blah, blah. And also because of how my mama was with me. So I love her to death and rock with her. And that shit got stronger through time. So I used to feel like maybe this shit would get stronger through time. And I break myself down mentally trying to deal with another damaged person. Because once again, I can't talk to this person about what I'm going through, because this person is too busy trying to get through or heal whatever the fuck they going through. And also, they not even allowing me to help them at that. So what is me talking about me gonna help with anything? And that's kind of been my life with my mental journey. When do I have time to really heal or talk about it? I have not healed from nothing. In the world, I feel like we all say we need to heal, take time to heal. Some scars, time ain't healing shit. Especially if those scars is on repeat. They get closed and reopened daily. This is my mind. This is my brain. This is what's going on. This is what the shit that's in my body, in my bloodstream. So how do you heal from something that you're gonna have to live with? And I never understood what healing meant. How can you tell somebody with autism or true bipolar ADHD or whatever, like, I don't know, Tourette's and shit like that, like, how do you tell any of them to heal? Like, what does that mean? And I hope y'all can explain that to me, because this is a real question too. Like, I ain't trying to be funny, like I'm being dead ass. Like, how do you tell them to heal? I feel like we gotta stop saying that shit to certain people, and to say that shit towards every situation, because it's not always a healing process. It's a dealing with that shit process. It's getting through it. That scar never fully gonna close, but you have to accept it, face it in the mirror, look in the mirror, face it, accept it, and just find ways to handle it and deal with it. You're not healed from shit. You just got a better hand on it. Because this shit, if there was a healing process, a lot of people would never in life be feeling what they feel inside. And a lot of people still ain't gonna talk about what they feeling inside because of how we are as people. We can't sit here and say we all open books. We can't sit here and say we are all transparent mirrors, or we are all like, we can't say that we really are that. Like, some people that are that understanding, we don't treat y'all right. We really treat the people that really do understand or probably is good for us the worst way. We use them as punching bags. We gotta stop that shit. Because those punching bags start to punch back, but they don't start punching back at you. They start punching back at somebody else who they now turned into a punching bag. Then that cycle is just gonna keep repeating damage people damage other people, and damage people hurt people hurt people. We just creating destruction over and over and hiding it, making excuses for it. We need to stop this shit, dog. Like, I know too, with myself personally, I apologize to everybody who I was in a relationship with, and I did not open up the way I was supposed to. I'm sorry. There's a reason for a lot of y'all why I did not open up, because it'd be small things. If I'm talking about something I'm passionate about and you barely listening, like the energy just ain't necessarily you excited with me, or I don't really feel the support in your tone or anything like that, I'ma shut down and not talk no more. Energy tells everything. Or once I say I feel a type of way about something and it's the way you react, and I'm sorry you felt that way, and I'm gonna work on that for you and stop that. The same way I feel like I would say that to you if you told me that. Not gonna open up to you. I wasn't perfect in a relationship, and I know I've put people in mental states too. I've put people in bad situations, and there's no excuse for none of that at all. Regardless, I don't even give an excuse. Even when somebody broke me down mentally, and I wanted them to feel that same shit, even when I want them to feel that same shit, I don't make that the excuse. Wrong is wrong, and I apologize for that. You know what I'm saying? We got people, that's when it comes down to, we have to understand people and what they're going through mentally before we treat them a certain way. Because you treat the wrong person bad or toxic or a certain way, you treating them a certain way, you can be triggering a demon in them. You could be triggering a monster. Like, you could be creating somebody who was meant to do good, but now he or she is getting reasons to do bad. Or treat people bad, or not have a heart. I don't know, like, we just gotta find different ways on how we do this thing, man, in life. And mental health, there ain't no scientific ass explanations for this shit, man. There ain't. I'm sorry, no book is gonna help me. There ain't nothing a therapist or a doctor can write in a prescription or on their notebook that's gonna help me with what I'm going through. I'm sorry. It ain't because I'm stubborn or not open. It's because no matter what you say to me, my nigga, you don't think I ain't said this shit to myself or researched this shit before? You ain't think people have tried to give me advice and talk and calm me down, all that stuff? That pain never left. It just got replaced with new pain. So you gotta answer for everything, my nigga? We don't got the answers for everything. Not everything can be explained. So that is why I say we gotta find different ways on how to help each other with this shit. But also, we have to be more open to that help, though. We gotta be open to the help and stop turning our heads away from everybody. I'm using this podcast as you guys to be my ears now. I'm opening up to the world. And if I can open up to the world, I can open up to my mother. I can open up to my brothers. And I felt like I couldn't work on that with just one person, because all I be doing is talking to myself. All I do is make podcasts. Like, I make podcasts without making a podcast. You feel me? And that's why I said, in order for me to heal, in order for me to get through, not heal, I just said that, in order for me to get better at what I'm going through and handling better, I need to just make a big step, one that I fear the most, and that's the world knowing too much about me that they can use to hurt me. But I don't care. I can give you the ammo. Ain't no weapon you use against me ever gonna stop me or prosper, gang. So I said, fuck it. I did something that hurt. Like, I really still got, you feel me, what's that shit called, butterflies in my stomach now, because I don't know if I'm making sense. Because I ain't never opened up this much. I ain't never spoke on this other than to myself. And that's why this podcast is more of it's open for everybody's opinions on the topics that we talk about. And it's open for y'all to also give y'all feedback. Because I need help too. I'm trying to help y'all, but I need help too, twin. Athletes. I ain't do too much research on it, but I tried to look up something like we also gotta find another way to open up, because what people don't understand, this being an athlete is not, it's not easy. You kind of feel like we're on a pedestal that we really ain't want to be on. Look at LeBron. Look at Caitlin Clark. Look at Angel Reese. Look at all these athletes, young to old, that's on the big stage. And look at how much the world is watching these athletes. It's the same with music artists. I'm gonna get to you, like, it's with everybody. I just can't speak on something that I ain't been a part of yet or for long or anything like that. I've been an athlete since a kid. So I was fine speaking on the athletes with this. I can only speak on what I know. I can't talk about over there. But the whole world is watching you. And they expect you to perform a certain way every day. Every day. Every day. And it's more haters on athletes than it is anybody else. That's as far as in a professional career. I don't hear too many talk about businessmen like that. All I hear is people say fuck Trump type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. We all know the economy bad and all this other shit. Yeah, we hear people talk about artists and all that stuff, but it ain't as much as basketball talk or football talk, or, well, I don't hear nobody argue tennis. We just say Serena got it. I don't hear nobody arguing about track. Shit, Usain, my nigga, you fast. Like, I don't really hear nobody, I ain't that fast, because we can't keep up with them, so how we gonna hate? Basketball, football, and baseball, I guess, soccer. Everybody got some shit to say. They will turn somebody's young life hell because they judging an 18-year-old based on how many shots he or she made. So now they dogging their life. They dogging how they look. I done seen so many times on Twitter, they talking about Angel Reese. Would you eat 100? Like, I commented on one of them. Shit, would you take 100,000 or have dinner with Angel Reese? Shit, I said I'd take that 100K just because the fuck I'm gonna give up 100K just to have dinner with a motherfucker. I can get that 100K and take her out. What fuck y'all talking about? But why are we judge like she young as hell? Why are we already trying to compare her to money? Oh, she look like theater. She look like this and that. And I'm sorry, no disrespect to nobody. I promise you, I'm speaking. I'm blunt with the shit. This is what they said on Twitter, not Vick. But they ain't saying like crazy shit, and it's just like, it's crazy that we talk about people before they even legal to drink, but because they're an athlete, we already have so much high expectations on them, and that's what makes a lot of people great young. But we can hurt a lot of people by doing this shit. That can put people in a lot of mental states and a lot of mental issues, man. You don't know what these people going through, and being an athlete, when you have mental problems already, you really have to have a outside, like, if you're an athlete and that is what you've been using to channel your emotions, you have to find something else on top of that, because now it's going to get heavier. Because at first you were dealing with assumptions and thoughts about people judging you and shit that ain't even happened yet. Now it's actual proof that these motherfuckers are judging you and saying these fake things about you, talking about you ain't gonna be this great, that great, this, that, and the third. Thankfully, a lot of athletes have fought through that and worked past it. But I'm not saying that that's something that's like, it's just so hard to do. I'm just saying, like, doing shit that we do on social media towards these athletes, young and old, like, we could be putting them in a bad mental state. We could be triggering some shit mentally that they going through. And it ain't necessarily just, oh, be strong, nigga, or nigga, get over it, shit like that. Nah, man, just stop this shit. There's no reason for it, dog. Like, everybody's gonna judge you every day, for sure. But why do we gotta do shit the way we do it? I'm tired of hearing that's just how shit is. That's just how shit go. Why? It don't. And a lot of shit that I see on social media or in life in general, when it comes to mental health, it makes me shut down even more with when I want to open up. Because we really only talk about it, and it's only relevant when somebody die or take their life based off of it. Now we want to talk about, oh, what was they going through? Oh, we need to pay attention. We should have been paying attention every day. I really wish a lot of people could look at me and tell when I'm not right. But because no one was able to tell, that's when people get real good at being strong as hell. And sometimes we get confused on if I'm strong or I'm just numb and I'm used to it. And it's just like when you getting hurt repeatedly the same way, eventually that shit gets to feel like nothing. And I actually want to be strong. I don't want to just be numb. And also, I'm here to open up and say that I've done probably the worst thing an athlete can do, or really anybody can do. If you're going through something emotionally and mentally, do not pick up a drug to deal with it. I picked up marijuana. I used to never smoke. I ain't never liked drinking. But I started to smoke every day. And I remember when. It was in August 2021. It was August. And that's when I was in a new relationship. And yeah, it was a toxic one. And it was something that was like heavy to deal with at the time. And a lot of stuff outside of that relationship started happening that was also heavy. Like basketball, that's everything that I put everything into basketball. And when that's being affected, you basically taking my lifeline, because that's what's keeping my mind right, keeping my life intact right now is basketball. And that was being affected by decisions and actions from from people who was bad, like who was trying to fuck me over. And that both of those, all of those things added on, plus the mental shit I'm already going through. You know what I'm saying? That I'm already being strong and fighting over. It's like, damn, God, how much stronger do you want a nigga? So in order for me and my son also, in order for me not to really, I say, tweak out or crash out, I needed something to have me numb. I had something to have my mind on it. And we all know the same. Put that gas in you, shit. All that shit goes away. Breakups, people lose somebody, all that shit. Like, but I picked up marijuana and I regret it. I really do. Because I got numb. I didn't feel the stress or the pain. But the care, the worry, the discipline, the urgency, all of that stuff went with it. Because when you are numb, it's just not, weed ain't just about to just, it don't, oh, I'm gonna go numb to this shit. Nah, it makes you numb to everything. And I want y'all to help me too with this journey. You know, I'm helping myself, keep myself accountable. But starting at midnight, I'm trying to do a 30-day challenge of no marijuana, no weed, no alcohol, just a fast, and try to cleanse my body to get back right as an athlete and get back right mentally and start helping get mentally stronger by dealing with it myself, by facing. I've been running away from my problems lately, from what I've been going through or how I'm feeling lately, by just putting it in a blunt so I ain't got to feel it to deal with it. And it's time for me to start dealing with it. And it's time for us all to start dealing with the shit that it's been hard for us to deal with and hard for us to face. It's time for us to get in front of a mic, a camera, something. Put it in writing, something, man. Get these emotions and feelings out of you so they don't come out at the wrong times. They don't come out on the wrong person. They don't come out the wrong way. And I don't know, man. I don't want to make the video too long. I don't want to bore y'all, man. But I ain't really got that much advice towards it because I'm still working on it myself. But hopefully I can make a part 2 of the video. Hopefully this can start something, though, start a conversation, because I want to keep this going. I want to have Zoom calls, and you know what I'm saying, I want to have FaceTime calls. I actually want to talk about these things and get more of y'all intake on it, and y'all opinions and y'all feedback, and also your advice with it. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is not something easy to talk about, and that's kind of why I'm stopping the video, because you know my mind kind of getting heavy, because it's like it makes you talking about it makes you think about a lot of shit that you've been holding in, and sometimes you don't know if you're ready yet to face it, and I don't like a lot of things is deep, and even with talking to y'all, it's getting hard. You know what I'm saying? But thank y'all for chiming in and listening and tapping in. I'll write my number will be written down right there in the corner for y'all. Hit me up, man. Please don't hit me up being weird, but if you want to talk about these things and you want to, you know, find better ways on how to deal with it yourself, holler at me. You know, I can give you, you know, feedback on, if you want feedback on things that I've done and I feel like could help with you in your situation. But I feel like we all just need to find things personally on our own, what's best for us. I can't tell you what's best for your mind because I don't have your mind. I don't have your pain. I don't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's suggestions, but for sure, it's suggestions for sure, but you have to, you know what helps you. If you don't know, you need to start learning you a lot better, which means you have to isolate a lot more. I feel like the best way to deal with yourself is isolation. If you don't know you, nobody else is going to know you. You have to know you better than other people. You have to know your emotions, your body languages, all that stuff in the back of your hand. You have to know your flaws to a T. And when you know all this shit, it's easier for you to catch it and deal with it. Don't sit there and walk blind. Don't wait for somebody else to tell you this is what's wrong with you. Don't look for somebody else to tell you this is what you have to do. Look in that fucking mirror and be true with yourself. Be real. Talk that shit to yourself, not to somebody else. Know you, learn you, and get right, man. And I'm here to have your back. I'm not here to help because I can't help 100%. But if having your back and being, you know, an ear for you, or just, you know, someone that's not going to leave your corner because you're going through something, if that helps, thank God. If that helps, I will do that 100%. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank y'all, man. That's the video. Chime in again next week for video number 2. We'll let y'all know the topic in the middle of the week. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the channel started, the YouTube channel. I just gotta get a better camera and better things, cause my phone right now you can only hear me through this microphone, and I'm not walking around with a big ass microphone. But thank y'all, man, for listening, and I hope I made sense, and I hope this helps y'all. All right, y'all, be blessed, and make sure you stand on it.